keep on coming, and I keep on spitting. I got a talent like Tupac, and you can't knock my vision. And I done got better. And if you a hater, you need to get up on my level and show Boosie love. What? Boosie love. Praise him! He's free now! Boosie is free! So that is my interpretation of a Boosie fan, okay? The internet has been going nuts ever since Lil Boosie was released from prison on the 5th. So there were all types of rumors swirling that he was going to be getting out soon, but folks weren't sure. And he was officially released out on the 5th. And then he sent out the first tweet on March 6th, and the net went nuts. Black Twitter went crazy behind this man's release. I'm talking about these memes, these tweets, they went insane. One thing I would say about Lil Boosie fans, because a lot of folks want to know my opinion on the whole Lil Boosie situation and him getting out of jail. One thing I would say is he has one of the loyalist fan bases on earth. They go hard for him, and they're that fan base that folks like to clown. Like, you know how you have the Beehive, like people are scared of the Beehive because they're nuts, they're insane. They'll like try and kill you, and people don't really fuck with Rihanna Navy because they're all stuck up and they get on our nerves. And the Believers are just, they're annoying and they're racist. I can't stand the Believers, okay? Boosie fans are like these fans that people make fun of because it's like, we can be in the trending topics. Let's say we're all watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. And you'll have that one little Boosie fan like, free Lil Boosie, Pon, RHOA. Or we can be watching Love and Hip Hop New York. There's always that one little Boosie fan in there. Free Lil Boosie, Pon, Love and Hip Hop New York. Or we can be watching the Grammys. Free Lil Boosie, Pound Grammys. We can be watching the Oscars. Free Lil Boosie. And it's like, dude, shut the hell up. The man's in jail. Quit talking about free him. He's never getting out. Well, yes, he's out. So we all got egg on our face because we weren't sure he was ever getting out, you know. But it seems like he was in there for a lot of bogus charges. They're trying to say that he was in there for murder and everything else. But it looks like the main charges he was in there for was for marijuana possession. So a lot of folks went hard for him. They had websites dedicated to him. Like I said, his fans go so hard. I mean, his fans have so many tattoos, you know, free Lil Boosie tattoos. Somebody even tattooed the shit on their face. So I'm sure the guy who tattooed that tattoo on his face, that got clowned for all these years, Lil Boosie needs to cut him a check because that is your #1 fan right there, sir. He went hard as hell for you, for him to tattoo that shit on his face, because couldn't be me. I would tattoo a damn thing on my face. I won't even tattoo Lovely T on my face, and that's my damn name. The craziest part of it, it's like a lot of people are comparing him to Nelson Mandela. Folks are comparing him to Tupac. People are saying that his release is comparable to that of Nelson Mandela. Folks are saying that he's the Tupac of our generation. Some of y'all are really reaching. Now, I like Boosie. I have no issues with Lil Boosie. You know, I listen to some of his music. Daddy Loves Me and, you know, Boosie Love. And there's a few other ones that, you know, that I've liked over the years. But, comparing him to Tupac, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Comparing this situation to Nelson Mandela, let's not go crazy, people. Let's not compare his struggle to that of Nelson Mandela, fighting for people suffering under apartheid. Let's stop there. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these memes and these tweets. They are the funniest things I've ever seen. Folks were on Instagram crying. Folks were on Vine crying. Folks were on Twitter crying. Like, people were taking his release really to heart. He had some die-hard fans, and then there were those who just really didn't give a fuck. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these memes right now, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. means. And then on top of that, his 5-year-old daughter, Tara Hatch, she's just so excited. She goes off on Instagram about her dad being home. A lot of folks are saying this is kind of controversial because she's only 5. His other daughter, I believe she's about 10 or so. She's also a rapper. So she's been rapping for a few years now. But I'm going to go ahead and play you guys her Instagram of her talking about her dad being home. Here y'all go. Check it out.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas he coming home today. He coming home today. Told y'all. Y'all better believe it. The streets is here.
Okay, so you guys just seen his daughter. She's elated and, you know, she's using a lot of questionable language, but I'm sure she's happy that her father's home. So this whole situation was nuts. I was literally in tears reading some of these comments and looking at some of these memes and just seeing how happy his fans were. But one thing I will say to Lil Boosie is this. Lil Boosie has not wasted no time. He's just dropped his latest single. He dropped it about 3 hours ago. Somebody just sent it to me on the internet. It's called Same Game featuring Mr. Fox 5 and Mandingo. So the song is pretty cool. You know, he's talking about a few things in there. He's dropping a little bit of jewels. But what I do want to say to Boosie is that he has such a loyal fan base. He has a fan base of kids who have grown up with him, who really look up to him. We lived down south for 10 years. So that's all people banged during the, you know, the whole height of Boosie and Lil Webby and everything else. That's what a lot of folks bang down in North Carolina. He has supporters all over the damn country and all over the world. I know he said he's written over 500 songs while he was in prison for the past 5 years. I hope that he does put out a lot of positive music as well. I hope he's honest about what he went through in prison, and I hope he doesn't come out glorifying it or making it seem like it's cool or making it seem like that's the way to go. You know, because he does have a lot of impressionable kids who do look up to him and who do really, really respect him, and who, you know, regardless of what we think as, you know, adults, a lot of kids do look at him as the Tupac of their generation, you know, regardless of what we think, that's just what it is. I hope he realizes that with all the fame and notoriety, that there's also that little bit of responsibility, and I just hope that he chooses to, you know, to also leave a positive message out there for the kids and not just rap about sex and drugs and everything else, but really speak honestly about what he went through in prison these past 5 years. Because I'm sure he saw a bunch of crazy things. I'm sure he may have experienced a lot of crazy things. You know, talk about how it was to be away from all 6 of your kids. And how it was, you know, only getting visits from your family members a few times a month. Talk about the friends that you thought you had who weren't really your friends, or the people who turned their back on you in the industry. I really hope that he takes this opportunity to be raw and real in his music and not come on and talk about the same old thing. You know, a lot of folks are saying, you know, his fans are doing the most. They need to shut the fuck up and disappear. But, you know, I think they have the right to celebrate. They have the right to be happy. If they're his fans, they're his fans. Nobody knocked T.I. fans when he got out of jail, not once, but twice, you know. So when T.I. got out of jail, folks celebrated and they went crazy on Twitter and on Instagram and everything else. So I think, you know, Lil Boosie's fans, they deserve this moment to be happy and, you know, celebrate him and support his music and everything else. So the whole situation is interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, where it plays and where he goes from here. He will be on probation until 2018, so hopefully he stays on the right track. He doesn't get in any more trouble and he stays out of prison. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Are you a Boosie fan? How did you feel when he got out of prison? Did you care? Did you not care? And how do you feel about the pandemonium and people comparing him to Nelson Mandela and Tupac? You know, I guess. Anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. All right, deuces.